Let's run it again.
Oh, sensitivity.
It's just strange that that's like what does it.
So this is one of the game modes that we have going on, right? It's the capture the control points kind of.
So my game didn't crash here.
Shield breached.
I think it did. All right, I need to rejoin it then.
So Beppy, you've tried the game before a little bit?
Yeah, I tried it. I just tried it a little bit.
Oh yeah, nice. And you know all the like different throwdowns and all the.
I only
dashing.
tried it for a minute, so I.
Are you on keyboard?
Yeah, I'm keyboard mouse.
Oh, okay, nice. So yeah, shift is like kind of just a dash, and then you have on the bottom there. I have most of it binded to my mouse, but there's like an aerial attack that you can do, and then also a secondary dash, so you can actually dash 3 times in the air. Technically 4. With the throwdown too. Lots of movement.
Ouch.exe activated.
Caleb, do we have any like significant updates since the last week's playtest, or what are we looking
No,
at now?
not yet. We haven't published another live build, or at least not that I'm aware of. So this one does still have some known issues from before, but pretty much all of them that I can think of have either been fixed or are in progress. So
Nice. I wasn't able to join you guys on the last playtest, but how did that go?
it went pretty well.
Yeah.
There were like a few performance things that were new, specifically relating to like the hall that, just for some reason, like if there were a bunch of different AI more than there were like players, sometimes the performance would hitch a little bit, but that for the most part has been ironed out already.
Yeah.
So, but beyond that, yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun. It's especially since the hall is starting to flesh out more like aesthetically.
Yeah, for some reason,
Yeah.
once I get killed by a certain player, I don't know, maybe certain item, but then my game just crashes.
Really? Does it like pop up with a fatal error?
No, it just freezes.
It just freezes.
Mhm.
Interesting. Are you in my server?
Yeah, I was in yours. It works fine when I get eliminated by bots, I think. Maybe not. I don't even know if you can get eliminated by
That's
bots.
weird. Do you know what the player who's eliminating you, what like weapon they're using?
Blade.
Oh, okay. Weird.
The shotgun? I mean the sword?
Yeah. It was Southern Gamer TV. TTV.
Whoa,
Interesting.
what
I've not seen
surprise.
that before yet. Oh shit!
I didn't do it, I promise.
You're a liar.
Innocent until proven guilty.
DDoSing people so you can stay on the leaderboards.
I don't think I have to DDoS people to worry about that.
Nah.
Wow, easy there.
With that 12-hour, you're going for it.
Oh, Lord, you are teleporting around, dinner.
Oh, yeah.
That's against my warranty.
Is this alpha or beta right now?
This
I'm
is
guessing-
alpha.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I jumped around a little bit there.
What's like the main like Baffy? What's like the main kind of like genre of kind of the Discord, the Sleafers Discord? Like, did you build it around anything specific, or is it just
No.
random?
Honestly,
chat?
just random. Okay, yeah, okay, maybe my game crashed again. Maybe it's a setting I have on. I'll try VSync.
Yeah, that's not a known issue. Every time you
No.
die.
No, it wasn't die. It was just a random crash. I don't know. I have the settings on. I haven't changed. I haven't touched the settings. I have a 3070, so it shouldn't be really graphics
No,
issues.
yeah.
Are your drivers up to date?
Yes, they are.
Interesting.
Yeah, hi. I can see what auto set does.
Watch the paint job.
Yeah, it brings him up to epic.
I would set him down to high just for funsies for now. I don't think it would be like a VRAM crash or anything, but it's possible.
Wait, do we have any more?
I'll try
in the
VSync
audience?
as well.
I just kind of always just turned off VSync, but like,
I usually don't have VSync on, but it might fix it.
yeah.
You don't typically need it if you have a monitor with VRR, but I mean, not everybody does.
Shield breached.
This map is looking good though now. Ooh. It's the first time I died. I was chicken for too long. I see that there's some new ones, new holograms. Like, I don't think I've seen Neon.
Yeah, Neon's in. Lady Fox is in.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah.
And you got a hat there, Caleb.
Yeah, I like the new. We're gonna start adding more like sort of general cosmetic stuff instead of
Instead of like just the paint and
just the holograms and skins. So
yeah,
that I'm looking forward to specifically.
yeah, that'll be cool. We get some sort of different like hats and all that.
Yeah.
Really good. So the scoring system on this works as like KD doesn't really matter. It's just the amount of points you get from
Victory
capturing.
confirmed. You
Yep.
overclocked.
How long you're
Yeah.
holding all the points?
Yeah, for some reason it's working perfectly fine now.
Weird. Huh. At some point, maybe like after the playtest, is there any chance I could partner up with you and you send me like your system logs, just so that we
Yeah.
can narrow down what that was?
I think welcome Akman.
Yeah, if I invited you to the stage if you wanna.
You wanna come chat? Check out the game?
Well, that stung.
Yeah, this
Okay,
map
never
I
mind.
really
It crashed as
it
soon as I
crashed
picked up.
again?
Yeah, as soon as I picked up the quantum trimmer. I could have sworn I disabled my antivirus, but it might be that.
Really weird. What antivirus do you have?
I'm using Windows Defender right now, but I did install. I should be using it, but I did install Malwarebytes today just to check something.
Did you install the game through Steam or Epic?
Yeah, I installed it through Steam.
Have you tried verifying the integrity of the game cache? That might be worth
No,
it.
I can do that.
I think some people are having issues with that for some reason during this last update. I'm not entirely certain why.
With the game cache?
Yeah, first I don't know if like this update getting installed has a chance to like bork the game or something, but some people have found that restarting solves it. Or not restarting, but either reinstalling or verifying the integrity of the game cache. It's very strange. It
just
seems like
helps it
just
run better, I
fresh
guess.
start. Yeah, it seems like certain hardware configurations, but I don't know. That's really weird. That's it's more of one of the programmer's questions than me. I just make the cartoons.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah, no, I might do that. I feel like there's a bit more just like frame lag, just frame hopping.
Yeah,
I
that's-
might verify.
The frame rate is a little inconsistent in this build, which is unfortunate because...
Yeah. Okay,
No.
it said one file failed to validate.
Okay, that could be part of it.
Ah,
Hopefully that
yeah.
fixes the issue. Yeah, Steam just in general has problems patching Unreal Engine games. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I had to do the same thing with Remnant 2 recently.
Where you yeah, how is your FPS doing, Southern? It's totally fine.
I mean, my FPS in game was around
Mine did.
90.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're not getting any like frame lag or anything.
I was getting some frame drops, but nothing like bad. It
Okay.
just seemed
So friends.
nothing I wouldn't expect like in an alpha build.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because whenever there's always so many updates going through it, like through the game. It's always a puzzle piece. But yeah, I'm really liking the new look of this map. It looks really good.
Damn it, Caleb.
Starting to see more in the sky and stuff too.
Yeah, I'm excited for when they get the
Shield
the. I just blew myself up with a grenade.
Oh yeah, the game's running even better now.
Good.
It's going. I'm getting like a good 144 right now. I
Oh,
guess
Southern, you're gonna be so sad when that melee update goes live.
No.
What is it? Is it focused on the sword and the hammer?
Yeah, it's basically making it so you can't do the single hit spam anymore.
Oh, like the knockback. Where you just
Yeah.
kind of get like hit. Yeah.
So that's happening. I'm gonna reanimate a new combo for it at
initiates.
some point once I'm done with other things that are going on.
Have you ever played League before?
Yeah, a long time
You
ago.
could do like Riven's Q combo.
Uh,
That'd be kind of cool to get something like that in it.
yeah, actually, I recently was using League at Joey's recommendation as a reference for the heavy class we'll be introducing later. Doing some test animations with him. I don't know. Are you on the team Slack?
Watch the paint job.
On the Slack.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I'll have to post those elsewhere then, so other people can see too. Because I've been having quite a bit of fun animating that new class. I'm very excited for it to go live.
Heavy class in Zorans.
Yeah, we're gonna have new class. It's Grill. The current character that's in, his name is Nix. He's like the medium standard class.
Yeah.
So we're projecting Skrill to be launched like sometime in October is what we're hoping to aim for. And he's gonna be just like absolute,
okay.
tank.
It does not look like verifying helped.
Oh, is it crash again?
No wait, I can still hear the sound effects. Just noticed. It might not be a total crash. What's the? I don't remember it. I don't remember the keybinds.
What are you trying to do?
I was trying to reset my GPU.
Oh, that's shit. I think it's Shift Windows B. I think something like that.
Yeah, Shift Windows B. No, Shift Control Windows B.
Shift.
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh wait, it did help.
Interesting.
So it looks like it's a graphic card thing.
Wait, so if you're frozen in a game, but you can still hear audio, and you go Shift Windows B, it just resets your card?
It resets the graphics driver. It's something that a lot of AMD GPUs you kind of have to rely on because their drivers can be shoddy sometimes, but not really heard that being an issue with NVIDIA.
The recent NVIDIA GPUs have been weird.
Really, I haven't. I mean, I have a 2080 Ti. I'm a little behind, but
Yeah, I have a 2080 as well, but then my Intel chip is still 4th gen.
I remember you saying that. It's very funny.
Yeah, I built my computer like 9 years ago, and it still runs great for anything that I want.
Yeah, I mean, if you're
I'm just like bottlenecking it so hard with this
Yeah.
CPU.
I just recently
Surprised it
upgraded.
hasn't fried.
I know, and I've never even redone the heatsink on it. I just like it's great. Temperatures hold like perfectly fine.
One of my first CPUs heatsink like wore off after like 2 years. I don't know how you can. The i4 was 10 years ago now at this point.
Yeah.
Did you
No,
experience
and
glowing
I
fingers?
probably have
Or
like
back in
over
red
9,000,
ink
10,000 hours runtime on this.
Yeah.
Probably just thinking of how much you just have your computer on, right?
Yeah, I just recently upgraded to the
10
new
years.
Ryzen 7 series, and I really, really like it. So if anybody's looking to upgrade, I mean, that's a great direction
Yeah.
to go down.
I need a
Yeah.
new mother. I'd probably need a whole new system there because I'm currently using Intel.
Yeah, so I'm using Intel, and it's the 4 series, so I'm kind of like,
You're still on
well, if
DDR3
I'm-
then.
yeah, right? So I need a new motherboard, and then that will be, doing all the different. That will be doing all of the different like wiring and stuff like that, and like basically
Wait.
taking apart. the
Does
whole
your
computer.
motherboard still have VGA? Is it?
Oh, dude, maybe.
It probably has DVI still, if I had to guess.
SLI.
SLI. That's graphics cards. Mine still has
Yeah.
the 20 series. The 2080 Ti was the only card to have an SLI port on it. So even though I'm never going to use it because I don't know, SLI never really
Right.
worked great.
28 Ti is probably better than the 37. I would assume.
It has
Besides-
higher VRAM, and I mean the performance is. I think the
Probably.
rasterization just a little bit higher, but the ray tracing performance on the 3 series is better than the 2 series.
Yeah.
So I mean, if I don't know,
I heard the 4090s. The 40 series wasn't the best though.
not price to performance. I mean, it's very expensive, and you're not getting a whole lot out of it. I think is the biggest issue.
Yeah, the reason I
Uh,
bought the 3070 was because performance jump, especially
Yeah.
compared to the.
Yeah, that's what my
I had
fiance
a-
runs is a 3070 Ti. So
I think I just have a base 3070.
oh, okay, gotcha.
Bought it when it came out. I think it was during the shortage.
Initiating self-repair.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yikes.
I didn't get it that. I think I got it for like 500 maybe. It wasn't that bad.
No, that was not bad at all. That's about how much my fiance paid. She upgraded from a 5600 XT. So
No, I was running a 1050 before. I think maybe.
oh yeah,
1060
that was
now.
a hell of a jump then. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the 1060 is still the most popular GPU.
Yeah, I mean it will be for a long time. The Nvidia's not going to make the same mistake they did with the 10 series, where you got a whole lot of power for not a whole lot of cost. The 1060 was like 3.5 times more powerful than the 960, which is bonkers to think about, considering it was the same price too.
The 9 series wasn't that bad. It's just expensive.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the first GPU I had in a computer that I built was a 960. And then I ended up going to a 1060 after that, like just about everybody else on the planet.
Yeah, I think I had a 9. I think
Initiating
it might have actually been a 960 as well.
Yeah, it was a really, really popular card. I mean, for good reason too. It was cheap. And
Yeah.
VRAM wasn't really a problem at that point in the industry, like it is
I know
now.
I know the 16 series is also popular.
Yeah, I mean, it
If
was.
I were to upgrade my CPU,
Initiating
like I haven't done
self-repair.
any research on Radeon cards, like at all. But like,
I really
would
need to
you-
upgrade my RAM.
Would you go back to that, or should I just stick with Intel? Like I don't even know.
I think if
I
you were to
mean-
compare the current offerings, I would go with like a Ryzen, like one of the X3D chips, because modern games are responding really well to that extra cache that the new processors have. And Intel currently does not have that. What the
I mean,
heck?
like 1 or
weird.
2 years ago, it would clearly be AMD, but Intel's kind of gotten back a bit.
Yeah, they're better. I mean, they have like their performance and efficiency cores thing set up right now, and that has like inconsistent compatibility in some games. Which I mean, the performance difference is like 2 or 3%. It's nothing crazy, but it is
I have
there.
I have an
Yeah.
11th gen.
Yeah, I think they started that on 12th, the P and E
Yeah.
cores.
Yeah, because I know my motherboard doesn't support 12th gen. Because I think
Yeah.
they use a.
Well, Intel just in general is not as good as AMD about like the backwards compatibility, because if you had a X370, I mean, you could literally use every single Ryzen AM4 chip, and that's a motherboard that came out like 2 or 3 years before the most recent AM4 chips had come out. So, but Intel,
I-
you generally have to upgrade it, your motherboard.
I would just be worried with an Intel CPU putting it in, because they're really they're really really easy to break pins.
The Intels?
Because they're
No, AMD.
Oh,
because
Intel.
of the pins being on the CPU instead of the
Yeah.
motherboard. See, I was of like the reverse thought of that. LGA sockets freak me out because it's easy to like replace a CPU, but if you fuck up a motherboard, you've got to like disassemble the entire build. And...
Oh, it's such
Yeah.
a pain.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to break the AMD.
Yeah.
What I've seen.
The new AM5 series went back to an LGA socket, so it's the same as Intel again.
Oh, they did.
Yeah. So
I wonder why they went back.
it's just like better latency. You can have more pins and better surface area than you can on like just the surface area of a standard CPU. So I don't know, mumbo jumbo tech stuff.
I really need to get new RAM. I only have 16 gigs.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's like starting to be the minimum nowadays, which is crazy to think about.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna. I think at that point I'm just gonna upgrade to get a new computer by that time.
That's
I might keep
understandable.
my GPU, but we'll see.
I'm making a new. I don't know how is the market nowadays on like getting cards and stuff? Is it still really difficult?
It's
No,
better
it's-
now.
It's
Not
kind
really.
of stabilized now.
Yeah, it just
I think
sucks.
it got. I don't know.
um, sorry, you're good. Go ahead.
Okay, I think it got better about a few months after they released the 3060, because that's when the market was bad.
Yeah. Oh, it just crashed actually. It's weird.
Really? Did you get the
Switching
fatal error pop
to-
up, or did it just shut down?
No, it just shut down. It just froze.
Oh,
wait. Try doing the
I did.
graphic.
I did. Shift Windows B.
Shift Control Windows B.
Okay. I'll do that next time then. It happened when I was just switching to pistol.
Oh,
just
yes, that
happened
is a known issue. If you on weapon swap right now in this build, there's a hitch, but that was like the first thing that we wanted to fix after that
Oh,
the
yeah.
playtest, because we were like, why did this work and now it's not? So
That might have been what was happening to me. I don't remember though.
okay, yeah,
Oh, if you were scrolling your wheel.
yeah,
Yeah,
It's, it's not actually a full crash. It's just a hitch, and it will be fixed in the next update. I don't know if anybody's entirely sure why it happened, but we figured out what was suddenly causing the issue. Just weird. That's the spooky thing about game development, is it's like gremlins come in and rearrange your code and everything just starts breaking all of a sudden.
Yeah.
at least this game's not too big yet.
That's true. Yeah.
Smash.
As another fun little development story, when we first added the sort of like Japanese samurai hat in, there was this issue where when you would respawn, it would respawn two of you at a time, and we could not figure
really?
out why, and it was because of the hat. We added in the hat, and it made it so that it would respawn two of your characters, and it got to the point by the end of the match, if you died a lot, that there were like 50 of you running around.
Oh, and it would turn you into a bot.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was being controlled.
Yeah, I mean, by you, but like on a delay, so there'd be like 30 of you
Oh,
running
you'd have a
around.
trail.
Yeah, it was very, very bizarre, and we found out it was because we typically for cosmetic stuff you don't want to have a hitbox on it, right? Because you don't want to like,
Yeah.
you don't want the hats to block bullets, and
No,
yeah. Or whoever put it in forgot to delete the hitbox on it, so when you would die, your body would ragdoll, but it would like, the physics would freak out and it would send you through the floor into like, because we have the safeguard set up where if you fall through the map it'll respawn you, right? Because we don't want you to just fall forever. So the body would freak out, flip through the floor, hit that, fly back into the air, and then fly back down and hit it again. So it would just keep trying to respawn you over and over again. It's very funny. It's like, that's the stuff that can only happen just because of crazy coincidences, and you wouldn't know otherwise.
Yeah, that's so funny. Yeah, to be able to diagnose that too is like, it's not easy. Be like, oh, this is why.
I was amazed
This is
because
happening.
Evan just guessed it. I mean, he didn't even look at like any of the symptoms or clues. He was like, "Do you think it's because the hat still has collision?" And we're like, "Why would that even matter?" And then he explained that, and then we were like, oh, so we tried it, and yeah, sure
You
enough,
guys
that's
also-
why.
Are you guys like online devs together, or I don't know, like this? I can't speak.
No, you're good. So, what do you mean? Like we only operate remotely
You have like an
online?
remotely, yeah.
Yeah, we don't have like an actual office. We're all over the place. There's people in Bolivia. There's most of us are here in the U.S. Like I'm in Central, and we got West. We got East. We have practically Canada, but still technically U.S. So
Yeah, you guys are all over.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Though technically, when I was hired on, I was still East Coast, but I was like, hey, just so you guys know, I'm moving 1,300 miles away from where I am currently.
Initiating self-repair.
That's the
Where were
beauty
you-
in remote work always, though. It doesn't matter too much. I mean, if you're relatively in the same time zone, I think
Yeah.
that's like the key, right?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like it because our meetings are technically at like 10 Eastern, I think, but for me, they're at 9, so it's like I just wake up, I have my meeting for the day, and then I just go about my work. It lines up
Yeah.
perfectly.
Fair
Yeah, you don't
enough.
have to
No,
worry
we
about
have like our marketing one like with Rich scheduled a little differently because otherwise that would be 7, which would be a little early. Not the most ideal. It'd be like having coffee at the same time, being like, huh,
Yeah.
brain not firing yet.
So wait,
Yeah.
what King? What do you do? I know what Caleb does.
Yeah, no. So I mean, I just handle like general community stuff, marketing, strategy, and any like admin tasks that need done. It's just been like a road's been interesting. Like this game is we're building in public. It's gonna be a long time in the works, but as of over the last couple months, it's been already interesting to see where it's come from.
So it hasn't even been a year.
No.
No.
No. No, yeah. When you hear that, you're like, it's crazy how fast these devs are doing this.
Yeah, our dev
Like
team is
really,
OP.
it's really quite impressive to think that this game has been like a year and this is what it's at.
Yeah, this version of the game specifically, like what we consider to be like the modern state of the game, didn't really come into being until I think like March.
Shield breached.
So, yeah, we had a couple different prototypes beforehand, which I was not actually there for. I was hired relatively recently, but yeah, so it's pretty neat.
Yeah.
We were able to iterate pretty quickly. I think it's because we all kind of we're on the same page a lot of the time. There's not a whole lot of debate. We all have a very concise vision for what we want to make.
Yeah, and also having that feedback from the community is pretty awesome too. Just
Oh,
to hear
yeah.
what people say, like, and then the next time you play, it's like, well, this has been done, and that's why it's fun to have like reoccurring people come back to playtests, because then they can see what they've like suggested and stuff like come to life that quickly.
Yeah, we could definitely do this again if you
Yeah,
want.
yeah.
I mean, it's
Like, we can even like we'll let you know, and you're in our Discord as well too. So
Yeah.
you can join up to any of the events. We do like in-house dev playtests as well as
Yeah, I
you
mean,
know,
it'll
and
also be
stuff.
nice because like I think your community and server is growing like at the similar time, or you started at a similar time to ours. Like we haven't had our Discord around very long, so
Yeah.
it's kind of nice to be able to grow together at the same pace and like bounce off each other as well by just doing events in both servers.
Yeah.
Just seeing what works for everybody.
Mhm.
sure.
We also have those marble events that we do, which is basically just like chilling and hanging out for a little bit with
It's
the
just like
community.
hanging out. It's not, oh god.
Yeah, like if you guys even want to join, just come through. It's fun. I kind of want to get the marbles stuff. Funny enough, like growing quite a bit, which would be enjoyable. Ooh. I cannot move my person. No. I was on a 11 or 10. I was on a 10 kill streak.
Yeah, do you plan to make this game paid, or are you gonna stay free to play?
We're planning on sticking to a free-to-play model. The only paid things that'll end up showing up in the game are all going to be cosmetic things. So, like, at no point are you going to have any kind of mechanical advantage over anybody else just for paying for something. So,
Is it gonna be like a battle pass system, loot box?
yeah, we're going to go with the battle pass, from what I understand. I know that I think we're planning on having the store launch in October or November. I don't know if somebody has a chance and can look at the roadmap. We have a public-facing roadmap that's available on the server that you can see, and we basically have everything broadly blocked out there when we're hoping to get things launched.
Do you have a plan for a beta?
Yeah, beta is supposed to be end of the year, right? I think like 90 days from now, 3 months.
Yeah, the plan is November.
November. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. That's when we'll do like a bigger launch. But I mean, obviously, you know, we have to iterate constantly because of like all these changes and things we want to add. It just depends on the pace. You know, it's not something that I think anybody on the team wants to rush at all, right? It's not a
Yeah.
goal here is not a pump and dump game. It's a game that people actually want to play.
Yeah. It's true.
Are you Southern? I always see you full tilt running at me. I try and get away.
Sorry,
Wait, is Southern a part of the dev team?
No, he just hangs out.
No, he's
Understand,
been playing with us for a bit now, and
He's an OG
kudos to him.
Zorans beast.
Kudos to him. He's like top of the leaderboard on kills, and
Yeah, he's got like over 10K, probably over 11 or 12 now at this point.
yeah, it was hilarious. I love it.
Yeah, he's actually from the Mayhem server too.
Yeah, when I joined it today, I saw him because he was talking about the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're about to have another Mayhem play session, right? This Wednesday?
Yeah,
I think?
Wednesday.
Yeah. Oh. Chose the wrong loadout. That's okay.
Do many people join those?
It was pretty popular
yeah,
last time. I mean, we had probably like
Last
15
time
people.
we had like 15 to 20. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, that was good.
It's definitely a good time. I mean, yeah, you should drop by if you have a chance.
Yeah, it's definitely fun. Are you guys planning on? Is this going to be the build for the Mayhem playtest as well?
No, we're
Pretty
planning. We're trying to get into a routine where we release a new build every Tuesday for the playtest on Wednesday.
Oh, nice.
We want to get in a more specific schedule and not just like pushing stuff out when we want to see something cool in public, because that's how you get performance regressions and things like that. You know,
Yeah.
our content release strategy was a little bit more like loosey-goosey, run and gun previously. But now that we're launched, we want to make it a more consistent experience for people. So,
For sure.
What do you plan to add in this next playtest?
so I think we're gonna have the new game mode in by then. Gun game. I think so. I know that it's like we've pretty much got it there at this point. It's just a matter of like ironing out the goofs in there. There's a lot of like bug fixes and things. There's going to be some new throwdowns that I've made. A lot of the stuff that I'm working on is probably not going to launch till later because of Skrill going to take longer. But yeah, it's new sound effects and new music too. So
Nice.
yeah, lots
Do
of
you guys have someone doing the music as well?
I know that we've tapped on one guy who's actually from my hometown. He was kind of big in like the EDM scene there.
Nice.
But beyond that, I think we've been just like, asking random people like, hey, we like
Yeah.
your stuff. Would you like to be in the game?
Yeah,
Things like that.
fun. Yeah, the music's good. I like the menu screen music.
Hmm. Yeah, a lot of that was made by Rob. Funny enough.
Really?
Yeah, it was just stuff that he had around from like 5-10 years ago, and he's like, it kind of fits the vibe of the game, and he just threw it on there. I mean,
Oh,
he
that's
has a
hilarious.
traditional like music background, so
Oh, really?
yeah.
That's awesome. I'll have to tell him it's good stuff.
It is like I can't remember what song it is specifically, but there's one that people keep bringing up that he is surprised that people enjoyed as much as they did. I'll have to look and see what it was. But it's the one with kind of like the old timey samples
Yeah, yeah.
that
I think
rings
I
a
know what
bell.
you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, the Melee rework is also going to come out on the next build too because it's
Whoa, easy
a
there.
little scuffed
No,
right
don't
now.
touch my baby.
Might have some people happy about that, some not.
Yeah.
Mm.
We're also talking about
Sounds
r-
fair.
reworking the knockback system because right now it kind of like stops what you're doing. So if you're shooting, it can be kind of frustrating
Yeah,
because if you get knocked back, it's like, oh, you're not shooting anymore. And if you're firing a fully automatic weapon like the SMG, like that's quite frustrating.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
That'll take a little bit of a rework because I mean it was designed with the other way in mind, and then through playtesting and feedback, we were like, maybe this isn't a whole lot of fun. We should probably fix it.
Yeah.
Well, that's done.
Oh. Do you plan on? Are there any new maps in the works, or are you just gonna keep these two until they're finished?
This is, I mean, technically there are more maps. This is just the only two that are currently in the control point game mode. But yeah, we've got a couple others coming. Most of them are focused around control point because we've given the character more mobility options over time during, or as the game is developed more, and we want the maps to reflect those options. So they're going to start getting bigger. So, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
this one's really cool. I like this one. I like Castle a lot. Castle's
Zoranot?
good.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I think that's the next one that they're going to start getting the art assets and everything put together for. I know Cognition Floor is going to get bigger.
Mhm.
So, because it was the first map that was in the game, and it was back when it was just supposed to be 4v4, and there was no double jump and there was no dash back then.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it was designed basically for a completely different game.
Wait, are the textures done for this map? Because I know they're not done for the other one, but this one looks finished.
Yeah, no, the other one is still getting worked on. It's technically done. I just don't think that it's not in this update yet. So yeah, I actually drafted out a capture the flag map last night. I think that's going to be our next game mode.
That's against my warranty.
Which capture the flag with this game's movement is
yeah.
going to be crazy.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm very excited for that. I think capture
It's
the
so
flag.
interesting seeing these different game modes, like having how much they change the game just from the wild TDM, just kill
yeah.
everybody, nothing matters, to like a little bit of strategy. And I think like capture the flag will be a lot of strategy, so it'll be interesting to see how people are working together.
Yeah, I mean that, and like especially when we start introducing the other classes too.
Yeah.
Skrill specifically is just, I don't know, the more he attacks, the stronger he's going to get. So it'd be very neat to see in action. Though the animation demands for him are quite intense. I think I've got to do like 50 to 70 animations just to get like his basic runaround looking correctly.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, there's a Tipo Zoran.
Oh my god, that wasn't me. Yeah, it was kind of cool. Skrill is like the first character that I had extensive input in on the design, just from like an animation perspective. Oh, that worked.
And you made it. You made it
say, how
difficult
did
for
you do that?
yourself.
I didn't model the character, but I was
Oh yeah.
lending like design feedback to Antonio or our excellent 3D artist.
Yeah.
Because there's certain things with like anatomy that, you know, maybe somebody who thinks about art just from like a visual perspective and not necessarily like a motion one, they don't really think about.
Shield breached.
So when I was in school, I did an entire year of just anatomy studies, and it sucked.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Watch the paint job.
Yeah, it's
Oh my god.
there's a lot to
Top
it.
of the leaderboard and Caleb's still getting on my nerves.
I'm on my game today.
You really are. Every time I turn around, you're right freaking there. I'm like, come on now.
Happy to take a break. I've literally been animating since like 6 this morning, so
Oh wow.
yeah.
I was just about to ask if there was any like type of reloading in this game. Like,
Reloading.
more ammo.
Oh yeah, so some
Yeah.
maps have ammo pickups. That's actually another thing that'll be in the next build is they're going to be more present throughout each of the maps.
Damn it.
Yeah, but if you don't see an ammo pickup, you can always pick up the same type of
Same
weapon.
weapon,
Yeah, and it'll refill your ammunition as well. I think that actually refills more than the standard ammo pickup does.
Oh, the weapon?
Yeah, if you pick up a weapon. Ah, shit, train. If you pick up the weapon rather than just an ammo pickup.
Yeah.
Though that's going to change. I think the idea is not to get rid of weapon pickups entirely, but to pretty significantly just decrease their presence on the maps and just keep more ammo pickups around.
Mhm.
Throw.
We-
Easy
I do like the ammo pickups. I think it's good. 'Cause
Yeah.
You can pretty much spawn in with any weapon that you want.
Right, and there's like an option out there for you to keep using it. There's been some discussion from feedback from players and among us too.
Oh, I'm stuck. Like I use my one ability as I forget what his name is, and I just can't shoot.
Are you
Oh,
walking
did
around
you
or
like?
no?
Did it get interrupted when you did it? Did you like land
No.
on somebody weird or anything?
I might have.
Okay. Where are you at? I'll take you out real quick so you can respawn. Or are you on this map, or did you?
Yeah,
I see
I'm
ya.
on the map. I'm
Watch the paint job.
by street.
There you go.
Right there.
Yeah, that's a known issue. That's also fixed in the next build. It's really weird how that even happens. Actually, I won't go over all the
With
technical stuff,
takedowns,
but
right?
no, that was like your one ability, the charge kick.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it if someone interrupts it, and I think it's part of like the new knockback system that we introduced. If something interrupts it, it like the system never tells itself that the ability ever ends. So
Oh.
you're kind of stuck in it for a little bit. It's like you are being rescued. Please do not resist.
Uh-huh.
Initiating
Just
self-repair.
consistently says that.
Oh man.
Watch out
What's
for those
the,
nades.
Those nades always get me and I don't know how to freaking dodge them.
You gotta introduce the moves. You gotta break my ankles, spin around in circles, give it a little twirl.
Yeah, I feel like the grenade is good for melee defense.
Yeah,
You
that
just run out of ammo and you're like, shit, I need something.
Shield breach.
I mean-
one shot.
yeah. Oh, I killed myself there.
Doom team. They just got a lesson in shock. and
Yeah,
now-
grenade is like the strongest counter for melee right now because melee is Bork. It is strong beyond compare.
Winning kill, yeah. Was the grenade.
Oh, really? That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna flesh out melee more and give it abilities like, you know, the ability to deflect bullets and things like that.
Yeah, like
Um,
some sort of block system.
Yeah, and there's gonna be a parry system too. I keep trying to convince people to make it so that if you parry a rocket, it goes back at the shooter. But
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I've gotten
I mean,
enough people on my
that's
side yet. I think it would be badass personally, but
Yeah.
it is
It'd be
also
pretty hard because it's hard to see the rockets travel.
yeah.
Which usually they just it just happens.
Well, right.
But in the
Oh.
chance that you can
Thank you, dinner.
see it coming and do it, that'd be pretty.
Oh, is Robert Luck someone from?
Yeah. Yeah, he's.
Yes, he is.
Where's he at?
Oh, yeah.
Is he in the
He
match?
no, he joined the server.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Oh,
Let's
nice.
see. Rob? What's he doing here?
Rob is chilling.
Just hanging out. Maxing, relaxing, acting all cool. Come on, Southern. Come on. You can make it. I'm watching you.
You got caught on the freaking. I got caught on the trim. I'm so
I know
mad
you're
at
coming
myself.
for me now. Oh god. I
I'm
can
so
see you
mad at
running.
myself. No, don't touch me. I said don't touch me.
I didn't. The bullet did. It wasn't me.
New rule, no one can shoot me. Stop.
Right.
New patch. Southern
patch.
Gamer has infinite health.
Hey, I'm down for that patch.
See, the patch I was suggesting is that he instantly explodes on contact with melee, but I don't think it ended up
No.
happening.
No. My KD would be absolutely just horrible.
I would be curious because right now we're only presenting kills. I'd be interested to see KD because mine would probably not be all that great. It would still
Well,
be
you
interesting.
snipe most of the time, right? So I feel
Yeah.
like it'd be not that bad.
Except for when I get bored of sniping and then just start goofing, which I do kind of often towards the end of the playtest.
Well, that's done.
Oh, Southern, you found me.
I don't typically snipe in most games that I play, but it's really satisfying in this one for some reason.
Yeah,
It just itches a
I used
specific
to-
brain wrinkle.
I used to do. It sounds so stupid, but I used to do like competitive quick scoping lobbies in Modern Warfare 2.
That was the thing 10 years ago. Like
Oh yeah.
longer than that, I guess. 12, 13.
I did like full competitions and
What's
stuff.
the paint job?
It was pretty fun.
Yeah. Yeah,
Do
I
you guys
was
ever play Mountain Blade as well? Like the Napoleonic War Simulator, pretty much.
No, I played War of the Roses, which I think is kind of like similar time era and concept. Because that was around the time as like chivalry and all that, right?
Yeah, I was Shiv, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was nuts. I joined a regiment, 63E, I think it was, and we had
Shield
I think
breach.
we had 1,500 people in our regiment,
Oh wow.
and there was about 10 or 12 other regiments that were bigger than us. But we would go onto these like 250 v 250 servers and do like full line battle, like Napoleonic War era, like
Wow.
have commanders and everything. It was absolutely insane, and like do full like wars with 200 v 200 in with like muskets and horses and stuff like that. It was so fun.
Still very fascinating to me that there was an era of warfare where they were like, okay, we're just gonna line up here, and if you ran
Yeah.
away, you're a pansy.
Yeah.
Watch the
It's
paint
like
job.
shoot now, reload now.
Don't
It's
move.
like, okay. It was so funny because like I think it was when people used like TeamSpeak. So we had like our group of like 25 soldiers or something and one commander, and then whenever he would like tell us to fire and like it was like one person gets a kill from like I don't know
Well,
like
that's done.
200 300 yards away. Everyone's like cheering because like one person landed a bullet. So funny. What a fun game though.
That's
Mountain
very
Blade.
funny.
Initiating self-repair.
Yeah, Mountain Blade Warband 2 came out recently, and that's
I've heard good things about it. I think it's doing a similar thing as Baldur's Gate 3, where it just kind of sits in early access for a little while until they get it to a good spot.
yeah.
Um,
And then they did like modding and stuff. Like, yeah, it was a great game. It was just a simple,
Initiating self-repair.
what is a simple build and controls and stuff.
yeah. It's kind of fascinating. There's like a renewed I don't know, distaste for modding, which is very strange. Like Beat Saber breaks mods like every single update they have, and I don't know.
Oh, Rockstar.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. It's just so weird to me. It's like your game is living longer because the community cares about it, and your response is to try and kill it faster. It's really strange.
Does Rockstar not like 5M and stuff like that?
No, 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 no. They've like tried to pursue legal action against mod makers.
The
Uh,
one thing they did do recently is they bought out the RP.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
They
Huh.
did it like 2 days ago. Then they took down like any remaster of any of their old games.
Well, yeah, I
Any
know
fan
that
remaster.
what is it? San Andreas 3 had like that huge mod that basically just fixed the PC version, and then they threatened to sue the guy who made it when they were announcing the definitive editions.
And the
That's
Which is just-
definitive, they still haven't fixed the definitive edition. It still sucks.
I mean, it looks like Play-Doh. It's the fact that that was okayed by anybody in a suit is amazing to me.
Yeah, and then the new Red Dead Redemption 1 remake, not remake, just port.
Yeah, I'm actually really quite bothered by that.
I don't know
They're-
why that's like the 2 worst consoles they could have put it on too.
Yeah, imagine releasing a port nowadays and only releasing it for what, Xbox One and PS4. Like,
No, it's PS4 and Nintendo Switch.
oh, it's not even Xbox One. Oh well, I guess technically it's already backwards compatible with Xbox One's compatibility thing. I think.
And
Yeah,
it's-
Nintendo
it's
Switch.
made by the-
It's just so funny.
And the company that's doing the ports like really known for like messing up ports too. They
Oh,
picked like
really?
the worst company. Yeah.
That's
They
interesting.
did Crackdown 3 ports and the Fallout
Oh.
76 port.
That's that's rough. I know that well, it's funny because the rumor that always swirled around about why Red Dead Redemption 1 never got re-released on anything is because like the code base for it was so messy that it just wasn't worth the time to do it.
But they did it.
And now they did it apparently, which is interesting to me. I have a feeling it's going to run like ass.
You can on PC with emulation, you can make it run really well. You can
Yeah, I know.
upscale too. They didn't even upscale or 60. It's like there's no upscaling, no FPS change. It's just the same game.
Oh, is it
they didn't
really
even-
still? It's still running at
Yeah,
30.
Yeah, and they didn't even bother to do on Red Dead Online.
Yeah, that's
And it's 50. I think it's $50.
that's incredibly exhausting. I don't know.
Red Dead 2 has online, right?
Yeah, they stopped supporting it like a year ago though.
Yeah,
Didn't make them money.
not as much as
I
GTA Online.
really, yeah, as much as GTA. Man, that Red Dead 2's story was like absolutely
good.
incredible.
Yeah, but
wish-
then they just
Yeah, they did just abandon online. I mean, which is sad. I was really excited for the online, but they just didn't really do anything with it.
yeah, they advertised so much and they just stopped.
I don't know. That's why I really dislike the new live service fascination, because the part of live service is the game just has to bleed money for a little bit. I mean, that's just how it is. You know, Destiny 2 specifically wasn't successful until like what, 3 or 4 years into the
Yeah.
game being out.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh
I mean,
yeah, then with the
Sea of Thieves even was the same way.
yeah,
Is Sea of Thieves doing well now?
Oh yeah.
it's doing great.
Oh shit. Yeah,
You-
I love Sea of Thieves, man. Like,
It used to be like
Yeah,
really
fun
bad
game.
though, like not bad but lacking.
Yeah, I had it on
yeah,
launch.
there wasn't much. I love pirates and like that shit.
Oh
so,
yeah,
like,
Overwatch 2 is a good
super-
example because they promised so much, but then they canceled it all.
They
Yeah.
canceled it.
Yeah, they can't. Well, they didn't cancel the game, but they just canceled all the story mode.
Oh really?
PvE and yeah, all skill trees and things like.
And then they were launched it on Steam, and it has a 9%. Right now, it has a 9% positive rating. I think.
Oh wow.
I think it's like the worst. I don't know. I don't know. They just all they did was they got rid of the loot boxes, added a battle pass, and then you have to pay for the new characters.
Oh know, man.
Not
So weird. It's crazy that these big companies do this, and like I don't know who's making these calls. Like, doesn't make
especially
any-
the Rockstar ones. They're actually choosing like the wrong decisions. Like that's like the worst possible port they could have done for Red Dead.
Yeah, it's very questionable. I mean, and that's what kind of worries me. You know, backwards compatibility is good for literally everybody involved because I mean it preserves game history, but it's like now people are like, well, we'll do half-assed ports targeted for older hardware and not actually utilize the new stuff, and it's just ugh.
There is nothing the PS5 gets different than the PS4. It is just a PS4 port.
Exactly, that's what I mean. But I mean, you can't still play it on PS5 because the PS5 is backwards compatible
Yeah.
with PS4 games. It's just, I don't know. It's like the same thing
Then
with DLSS. That's how I feel about it. It's an
Then
amazing
they just
tool.
decide to port it on Nintendo Switch.
That
I
is
don't
a head
think
scratcher
anyone-
for me.
I don't even think anyone wanted that.
Surely not, right?
I mean, I guess they probably just looked at the sales metrics for Definitive and probably did best on Switch
Yeah.
because
Probably
it looked
so.
like a mobile port.
I mean,
Yeah.
it was the code base for it that was running off of the mobile versions of the original 3 games, which is also interesting.
I mean, it's made by the same people who did the ports.
Oh, was it?
Go-
Okay,
go through-
that makes sense.
Yeah.
How's the Switch now? Is it pretty good? Like, lots of stuff happening with that.
Oh no, the Switch is outdated hardware from launch day. It can barely run anything nowadays.
Yeah.
There's rumors going around that Switch 2 dev kits are going out, which is interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah, there was rumors before, but it just turned out to be the Switch Pro, which didn't even have better hardware.
It's just the OLED screen.
$50 extra too.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, a buddy of mine sold his CS:GO knife and got the Steam Deck for free.
I love my
And
Steam Deck.
they really enjoy that. Well,
Oh,
not
the
for
Steam
free.
Deck's great.
He sold his knife for it, but they're basically free. And he's having a lot of fun with that. Like,
I'm pretty sure they sell at a profit in the Steam Deck. I wonder how much of a profit they sell on for the Switch. The Switch can't be more than like $20 to make, honestly.
Yeah, I mean they sell Valve sells at a pretty significant loss on the Steam Deck. And the only
Yeah.
reason that they can do that is because they own the platform that it's running on. So they get money back in the game spot for it. But I mean,
yeah.
I think they
It's
sell the. I think they only
insane.
sell the. I think they only sell the base model at a loss, but I think the rest they sell at a profit.
is it okay? Yeah, because I know that like specifically Gabe said in an interview leading up to launch that the $400 price point was really, really tough to get to.
I mean, most consoles run it, and most modern consoles sell at a loss.
Yeah,
I know the PS5 and the new Xbox do.
right.
Really?
Nintendo Switch, on the other hand, definitely doesn't. but-
No,
No. Yeah, but the deck's pretty cool. Like being able to play like single player games on like planes and stuff like that with like that thing
Yeah,
is like
it's
powerful
what the
enough to
Nintendo
run.
Switch is basically advertised as.
Pretty
Because
much,
I
yeah.
remember you could play Skyrim. That was the main advertised game.
On the Switch.
Yeah.
That's pretty
I-
crazy.
I mean, that was 2017, 6 years ago.
Yeah.
It has. I think it's Xbox 360 equivalent hardware.
Yeah, about. I mean, they're releasing a lot of that era of Assassin's Creed games on it in bundles, and they don't really run any different either.
Yeah.
I know that for a lot of the modern games that promise to be on Switch, they. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, they're doing this. They're doing the cloud service thing. I
Yeah,
think they did that well.
Shit
'Cause
drives
it
me
can't-
nuts.
It can't run without it. And then that just reminds me of how much I hate Nintendo Switch Online because it's just peer-to-peer networking. Doesn't even
Yeah.
cost them anything.
Sure.
They're really just, especially Nintendo Switch Online Pro or something, whatever it's called. Because you get like you get free DLC like for like 2 games.
Whoa, easy there.
Sure.
No, it's
I
not
would
a fan
have.
of it.
I was so close to buying a Switch just so that I could have had Animal Crossing.
It's
I
Honestly,
understandable.
remember the first time I got DS was Animal Crossing came with it, and I fell in love with that game. So fun.
It's a
I
cozy
think
game.
honestly, yeah, I think at this point, most ROMs can get for like Nintendo Switch emulation can get day one performance better than Switch, which
Yeah,
is
I mean,
crazy.
that's what I did. I mean, I have a hacked Switch because it's a V1, and when I got Tears of the Kingdom, I bought the physical copy, dumped it with my Switch, and then played it on my computer because it was a
Yeah,
better experience.
I have a launch day Switch, so I really could just dump it. But
Yeah,
because I know they patched a lot of the. I think in 2018 they patched most of the ways you can hack the Switch,
yeah.
and
I
you
think
can
the
one misstep.
you can
you
yeah
go.
you can crash
I was
stuff.
gonna say one bad step and get your entire Switch locked because they really hate it. Get your account banned and your Switch locked.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't like put any pirated games or anything on it. I just dump my own stuff for backups, just because. I mean, like the Switch hardware isn't always going to be relevant, but my computer always will be. So I can't upgrade a Switch. I mean, without buying a whole new console, but I can't upgrade my computer.
Well, did you hear what it was crazy, the Steam Deck, like they literally have videos on their website of like how to disassemble the Steam Deck.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, that's
Like they're fully like, yeah, like if you want, like mod the hell out of this and like jack up the power and like upgrade your RAM and stuff like they don't care. They're like, just do it. Like do whatever you want with it.
well, even Sony did a teardown of the PS5, which is
Yeah.
amazing. Like
Sony
well,
used to be bad about that stuff, but they've changed.
Yeah.
Really, and then Xbox has been more loose, but then Nintendo is really the only one who hasn't changed anything.
Yeah.
Nintendo's like Apple,
You know?
I think. I mean, Apple products are great. I have a Mac. I have like the phone.
Yeah.
You know.
They're also
watch.
upcharged. They're,
Yeah.
Again, one of the few companies that upcharge. So-
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's just like you can't do anything to these products that you have. Like, that's why I jailbroke my iPod back in the day. Because I was like,
Well,
I
they-
can finally like do stuff now with it.
They kind of have to fix that now because of the EU regulations, anti-monopoly stuff.
I'm excited
Mhm.
to see that. I'm glad that some lawmakers are doing things about that. Someone needs to.
Well, there was the Epic v Apple suit, but I think they ruled in favor of Apple in the
Yeah.
U.S., so we're not getting anything. It's only going to be in Europe.
Right. I mean, I would be surprised. Like, the amount of money that would cost for them to run two different tool sets for regions for manufacturing would be ridiculous. We're probably going to see those changes.
I mean, I think, yeah, but I think it's just going to be an operating system change because they have a much stronger market share over U.S. phones rather than EU.
Right.
Because I think they're a minority there. Here they're like 70%. So you're not gonna. But I think with the USB-C thing they have to update this year, they're probably gonna they're gonna go wireless or they're gonna do it through all models.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I'm thinking
and
they're
part of the EU ruling was that any batteries basically in any electronic device need to be user serviceable because that's the easiest part to fail in any electronic, which is interesting because that means that if Valve needs to or if they want to comply with that, they need to update the Steam Deck, which is interesting to think about.
It has to be like accessible. Like the battery.
Easily user accessible and replaceable. Like the user needs to be able to replace the battery if they need to.
I know Google does a good job with that with their phones because like it's like a thing that you just peel off and you can see the back of it.
My
It's not
Pixel
much
wasn't
different
like that. Maybe that's a more modern thing. Because my Pixel 3.
I think it might have been the Pixel 2. They
oh.
might have gone back.
Okay. Yeah. I know that the Pixel 3 had a hardware issue where they released an update for the BIOS, and if you downloaded the update before they released like the hot fix or whatever, it just bricked your phone, which is what happened to mine. And they didn't offer a replacement for it either. So I was like, well, I guess I'm going back to Samsung because I'm not doing that again. Drove me nuts.
Samsung had its own issues, like especially with battery.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, the exploding note was like a big one.
Yeah.
Their new phones still explode because of it's just I think after about a year of inactivity, the phone will just explode. the battery.
Really? I haven't heard about that. I have
Well,
the
like
Z Flip.
which
Um,
one?
Not
Is that
the
the
folding
flipping
one, the actual
screen?
flipping one. I have the
Oh.
Z
I
Flip
meant like which
4.
one?
Yeah. Or
I have a friend who has a 3.
yeah, the 4. Yeah, I like it quite a bit. I mean,
Did they just come up with the 5?
I don't know if it's like out yet. I know that they're advertising it. I mean, I'm not gonna upgrade until my phone dies. I'm one of
don't
those
upgrade
people.
that.
I'm one of the people who just hold on to their phone until it's like literally falling apart at the seams.
Yeah, I have a 13. I
yeah.
won't upgrade for a few years. Maybe I don't know. Maybe next year. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy that flip phones are coming back, even though I don't really like the fact that they're one continuous screen. I would rather there be a hinge, because phones are too big nowadays. Maybe I'm in the minority when I say that, but I don't like my phone
Yeah,
being the size of a tablet.
I
Yeah.
I like the idea of the fold better than the flip though because it gets a tablet that can be folded into a phone.
Yeah.
However, it's probably a lot more expensive.
It's more expensive,
it
and
is.
it's got a screen on every surface. Like I feel like if I were to drop it, something would break. You know, like because the front is a screen. If you open it up, you have 2 screens inside, and then there's like just a back that has a camera on it. So it's like 90% screen, and I don't know. I would put that on a shelf somewhere. I'd be afraid it would just spontaneously explode or something. It's just
Better, yeah.
Yeah, especially with cases are a lot harder than on that phone than the fold, the flip. 'Cause
yeah.
you'd only have one side that would be protected.
Right. I mean, I pre-ordered the Flip 4, and when I got it, like I had to wait for months before there was a decent aftermarket case that came out.
And I know of my friend, his phone, he got the dead pixels. He had to get it replaced, but
Really? Dead pixels? Interesting.
yeah, I
Huh.
know it's common with this because I think if you even get like any scratch on it, it causes dead pixels because it's a plastic screen.
Right. That's
That
interesting.
might be me.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm pretty gentle on phones.
I think a
mean,
fingernail scratch can do that actually. It's
Interesting.
plastic.
yeah, because I have a screen
wow.
protector on mine, but
Oh, yeah, screw.
yeah, my phone like it. I literally sit it on my desk at home, and since I work from home, that's where I am most of the time. And then I pick it up and look at it like once every couple hours, and that's like it. I'm not really on my phone very often, so
Yeah. I
Oh,
just
yeah.
like I personally love like the Apple color that they offer on
oh
phones.
yeah,
And like I do a ton of photography and like media work, and just having true color is like really nice to have.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Apple has really good cameras.
and screens.
yeah.
Like the screens on pretty much Apple everything are amazing.
Oh yeah, that's the only reason why I have a MacBook is
Yeah.
to edit photos like when I'm not at home.
I mean, as
It's
much
really
shit as I give Apple, they were the first ones to introduce like SSDs and IPS screens being standard. You know, like they
Oh,
do
yeah.
push the industry forward in certain ways.
I don't know how I could live without an IPS screen nowadays.
Yeah.
God.
Plug back into the grid and you'll be fine.
It's because just more recently, phones have been they've been getting really durable now.
Yeah.
You can probably drop a new iPhone without it cracking, without a case too.
Right.
Before, like,
Oh, I have a brand new one here. Let's try it.
Oh my god.
I mean, like
No,
with
I
the
literally-
4, I remember with the
Yeah.
4, you could like just drop it and it shatter. Maybe with
Oh.
the 6 had really bad issues. Like I remember, like if you like bent it just a little too far, you would.
Yeah. No, it was annoying because the back of my phone screen cracked on my 14,
Oh.
and then I was like, okay, Apple, I need to get a new
Ooh,
screen.
ooh.
I need a new rear screen for this, and it literally, I was like, I need it before August because I'm going to a lake, and there's gonna be moisture there, and of course, they don't have the screen and all that, and it's like the store downtown. I'm like, guys, like, come on, you need to have this for your brand new phone,
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, whatever, I'll go. And then I went like jet skiing and fucking water splashed on it, and it just bricked my phone.
Ouch.exe
Well,
activated.
it's great.
That's
So
Oh
it
yeah,
was-
that happened to me too.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, 'cause
think
had
it
the
was with
circuit
my
board and
10.
everything exposed with the screen shatter on the back.
Yeah, I accidentally dropped my phone. The back got shattered. I didn't even notice it for a few months though, because I had my case on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's interesting. I can't I just do not understand why they use glass backs on phones. It's like a
I know. I'm like
super smooth brain move.
It's also really hard to get that repaired, especially.
Yeah.
Usually it's a full replacement.
Yeah. No, I don't think it was with my phone. I think
Yeah.
that I know the newer iPhones they finally fixed it so it's not a full replace, but
Yeah. No. Luckily, I have like this Rogers Care thing, so I don't actually own my phone every 2 years. I just get the newest best phone that they have, and
oh,
then I have to return my other phone. But I also have like a thing on it where I basically completely shattered my phone and got water in it, and they still replaced it. So I got a brand new 14 Pro Max, like 512 gig for only 130 bucks or something. So
wait, that's actually like a really good deal. Like for every
Yeah.
2 years you get a new phone, so you'll get the
Yeah.
16.
yeah, I'll get the 16 Pro Max.
I mean,
whatever,
I've
but-
heard rumors that this year they're going foldable because it's a 15.
Yeah,
I don't.
I don't
I
know
don't
if I
wanna
could ever
believe that.
see Apple do foldable though. I don't know.
There's patents though. That's why.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm actually like getting like a second phone for, just some work stuff, and I was like, it's really hard to like buy a phone right now, especially an Apple, like an iPhone, because, what, in a month and a half from now, the new phone comes out. So I
Yeah.
really don't want to buy a 14, but at the same time, like, it's not something I can just like wait on. But I was looking anyways at like the rumors and everything about the new ones, and they're going like, they're saying they're gonna go USB-C on the
Well,
They
port.
have to go
absolutely.
USB, yeah.
They have a
Yeah,
choice,
and then
yeah.
they're gonna
At
go
least in-
titanium as well, which is
At
interesting.
least
what?
in the USC. I mean the USA. No, I meant the EU. They don't have to go here, but they're
Yeah,
most
for the
definitely
EU.
going.
Yeah, no, exactly.
But I think they're. I don't think they're gonna actually go USB. I think I'm gonna see. I think they're gonna go wireless.
Just complete wireless.
Oh yeah,
Just say
because
What?
of their wireless chargers. They're gonna because they don't
MagSafe
they don't-
shit.
maybe.
Huh.
I guess.
I mean,
it's
wireless
possible.
charging is really hard on the battery, so I would be surprised if
Mm,
they ended up.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean they've tried. They tried doing that,
yeah.
but they didn't. I forget what happened. So I think there's a good chance they'll do that. Or I mean, I don't know actually.
Well, they also
I
said
just
they
don't-
do like a 10 times telescopic lens for the camera or whatever.
But that's all bullshit though. That's impossible. You can't
Yeah.
have a 10x on it.
I remember the iPhone 5 leaks. It's just a really long iPhone 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Oh,
I
wow.
just shot the commercial we used a few zoom lenses, and then 12x's. Those lenses are 4.5 feet long.
Right.
For
Like, there's no way they
12x?
can put it. Yeah.
Yeah, I would
Like
be
a cinema
insane,
lens though, like a
honestly.
full frame.
Right,
cinema.
right. Of course.
But it's like they can't put that on a fucking iPhone.
Because
It's
it's
like
super long.
a centimeter thick, like half a centimeter thick, you know.
I mean, it's
Well,
the
Like
Logan-
the Android like 100x zoom stuff is pretty funny, man.
What's-
Becky, I'm so sorry.
it's the famous saying where there's no replacement for displacement. Like you can't magic resolution or range out of something that doesn't actually have a decent lens on it. It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
very interesting, and I don't know why the solution is just putting 10 more cameras on it because it's like, oh great, you made the phone less durable. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. If I want a camera, I'll buy a camera. It's like
I may have
I
found
don't
a.
know.
I may
How'd
have
that
found
work
a-
out
I
for
may
you,
have
Southern?
found- I may have found something that's kind of like a cheat, and Beppe was the victim of it.
Yeah, I know. He kept spamming grenades at the door.
I
kept-
know.
Oh,
I put a proximity. So you can at least on that map you can put a proximity inside their guarded area. And so I put a proximity in there, and he just walked right by it and died instantly.
Yeah, that's also another thing that's been fixed is you can no longer throw projectiles through the team doors.
Oh my god!
The Southern
That was
Gamer
too
is not gonna have any strategies now. How's he
I
gonna...
I know, it's taking everything away that I know. You'll make me actually play the game. Come on now.
know, you have to get
Adapt
good
and
with
conquer.
the actual weapon. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Some of those things I'm kind of amazed we didn't notice in testing. It's like, I don't know. You just don't know till you try.
But it's hard. You Yeah, you just need people playing, and then they're like, "Hey, you can do this," and you're like,
Right.
Oh yeah, there's
Nope.
also this bot right here. He's a purple team, but when he's at the door, you can't hurt him because he's like,
Is he like halfway through it or
yeah, he's like halfway through it, but he's purple. He's on the purple team, but he's like in the
Yeah,
green team border.
I've
gotcha?
noticed like bots do that sometimes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's
They just like run into the like other team's
yeah.
defense place, and then the boss just stare at each other and have a staring contest.
We have an AI update that's also going to be part of. Oh, bye. That's going to be part of the next update. Because right now they don't actually go for the control points because we don't have them set up to do that since the game mode was new for this update.
Yeah.
So now they do that, and they shouldn't get stuck and lost as often.
Oh, is there other game modes?
Yeah, there's team deathmatch. I mean, the control point is new. Like this is our. That's why I'm playing it, so we can see if there's any more bugs. But we can swap over to team deathmatch if you'd like.
Yeah, I want to try that. Are there different maps for that?
Yes, there are.
Are those ones finished as well, or the?
Initiating
Yeah, I mean they're like 90% there. A lot of them are, except for Zoranot. That's the one that's kind of still behind.
How did you hit that? The hell?
It's actually luck, but I'm gonna say it was skill.
Yeah, Beppy, I guess we haven't talked to you yet about the game. Like, what are your
I
pros
like
and
it.
cons and thoughts on it?
I mean, it's a little rough, but that's just
Yeah.
to be expected.
Yeah.
Yeah, look how spinny that head is.
Thanks, I get that a lot.
Well, I guess one thing would definitely be different voice lines. I guess for different characters. I don't know.
Yeah, that's new, and I'm sure, Caleb, like with your guys' build on like the heavy classes and stuff like that, all the voice lines will be like different with that.
Yeah,
So-
it would. Its inclusion in this update was more of like a proof of concept than anything else. We wanted the characters to be able to say different things or just react differently to things that are happening in the game, and we got them working for like overclocking and for like getting shot. I'm not a big fan of like how high pitched it is. It sounds a little Alvin and the Chipmunky, um,
Yeah.
but it's something that is going to change. Like Skrull specifically, I've already started writing.
It sounds like the droids from Star Wars.
I know. Skrull's going to sound a little bit like the Super Battle Droid, I think, unintentionally, but yeah. No, I mean there will be more variety in that.
Mhm.
I'm still waiting for the country boy robot to come out.
Yeah, that's going to be. I mean, just
You gotta
in
make
general.
a cowboy hat. You gotta make a cowboy hat at some point.
I know.
That-
Well, we
there's
want to
not a-
do a whole lot of like, I don't really want to say generic, but like more general use cosmetics like that. Like, we have the
Yeah.
samurai hat, and we want to do the cowboy hat,
Cowboy boots, dude. The cowboy boots.
cowboy boots. We could do that.
Yeah, like Rocket League. You know, when you get the game, you get like a few of the normal cosmetics. You know.
Oh, do you think you're gonna make? Oh, do you think you're gonna make any different player models, or is it all gonna be
It's
built
gonna
from
be-
the same?
There's gonna be a game pass on this, right?
Yeah, there's gonna be battle pass. So regarding character models, it's funny that you say that because eventually, and this is kind of like a long-term goal once all the classes are introduced, but there's going to be multiple different versions of the light, medium, and heavy class, and eventually you'll be able to mix and match the parts between all of them. That's like way down the road, sort of strategy stuff because maybe you want to make a custom medium Zoran that has like attributes and bonuses from the other ones. Like maybe there's a Zoran that has a really good grenades that are special, and you can get that perk if you equip his arms. That kind of thing. So that's that a modular system is coming. We've got to iron out exactly what that's going to look like, and we've also got to decide what's the best way to implement it. Because from an animation perspective, making it so that like 4 or 5 different models are all cross compatible with each other is quite a
they all fit. Yeah.
quite a large ask.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, everything meshes together and doesn't like clip on anything.
yeah, it's tough. I mean,
Especially character models are, I think, extremely important when you have a third-person
Yeah,
shooter
oh yeah,
because you're always staring at it, right?
right.
You know, it's kind of funny when you're playing Halo. Like, I take so much pride in like my full Hayabusa armor, but it's like I
You
never
can't
saw
see
it
it.
until I played, like,
Yeah.
Melee, right?
Right.
And then you see the arm guards and stuff, but like other than that, you don't really see it at all.
Initiating self-repair.
So, but with third person, it's like you're always staring at it, so it has to look good and look smooth, and you know.
Yeah, I mean it's true. That's another thing that we've gotten feedback for actually is a first-person perspective, and
System
we're
optimization.
interested in doing it. It's just
Time to power down.
I think people think that it's a lot less work than it sounds because it's not just as simple as moving the camera into the head of the character. There's a lot more that's involved with it, even from an animation standpoint. Like animating hands for a first-person perspective is a completely different form than animating them from a third-person one.
Yeah.
Because in games like Modern Warfare and stuff, they're really exaggerated with like the movements that they do. They're cartoony almost.
Yeah.
But they don't seem like it because I mean that's what you would expect as a user for it to look like.
Yeah.
Here, I'm going to swap us over to Team Deathmatch so we can play a different map.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's go to. Oh yeah, there's Wacky Chaos too. That's one of my favorite maps, but it is not finished yet.